All right, we're good to go.
Let's go.
We're good, TJ. All right, welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. We come to you live every day, 11:31 Eastern Standard Time. And no, don't adjust your dials. Ben's not here. Ben's not here. He's on vacation. So we had an internal talk. We said, do we not do a show, or do we allow the DZ slow takeover to start creeping up behind him? Yeah. So we elected with the show. What's up, TJ?
Nothing. We got a DZ TJ takeover today. We're going to see how it goes. And, you know, maybe we'll just cut Ben if we need to. Just fire him.
I'm sure he'll love that. Great Night says, definitely taller than BitBoy. I'm actually standing on top of 4 telephone books right now. You know, we're the same size, but yeah. I wear platform shoes usually.
You do fit the frame a lot better, so we can show the BitSquad up there at the top. You see the Lambo that usually gets cut off on this shot. So,
so I mean, like I said, I'm on phone books. It's okay, you know. So Ben, he's at Disneyland right now. He's with the family. He's not going to be here tomorrow, but he will be back Monday, and he's going to do some phone records for you. So don't worry, BitSquad. You know, Ben hasn't gone anywhere. We don't have him tied up in a basement anywhere. Although we tried, but he broke free. He broke free of the
He's so
rope.
strong.
You know what? It wasn't even his squat muscles. You know, it's, he's been arm strong. You know what I mean? So he was able to break right out of those chains. Not a chain link, just the chains. All right, fire Ben. No, never, 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 never. All right, let's check out the YouTube right here. We are at currently 1.16 million subscribers. Make sure you go ahead, hit that follow button. Like we said, if you like making money in crypto, come check us out. Right here on the Twitter, 475,000 followers. If you're not following us, make sure you go and follow us. We're almost at 500,000 followers, people. Very, very exciting. This is where we do a lot of our giveaways, where we talk about our drops and everything. And while you're at it, maybe DZ_BTC. So, you know, we're here. I tweeted about EIP 1559. I try to educate the people as well. So let's see. We also have our Instagram just past 250,000. Congrats, man. Congrats. How's that feel? How's that feel?
Yeah, it's good. And overall, we're at 4.835, so only a little bit further to go for that 5 ETH giveaway, which should be pretty exciting with everybody pumped up about an ETH today.
Yeah, and if you want to check out our deals, make sure you go to the website, bitboycrypto.com/deals. But enough of that. Let's look at the markets. What are we here to talk about? We're here to talk about websites? No, we're here to talk about crypto. So we're looking at the markets right here. Bitcoin pushing right near 40,000, 39,200. Looks like the market cap right now, 1.57 billion.
And you know you can pinch that thing to zoom in on that stuff.
Oh yeah, I like pinching. I like pinching. Dominance, Bitcoin 45%, ETH pushing up towards 20%. There's a lot of excitement about EIP 1559. We're gonna get into that a little bit. The gas is a little high. It's 48 right now. I did a couple transactions earlier today. It's running around 25, 30 bucks. So it's up there a little bit. Let's see if we go to the 24-hour chart. We got Voyager token taken off. Aave, Solana pushing up 24% on the week. Voyager up 70% there. Let's look at some of the bad coins though. Perp, old perp token. Have you ever been a perp, TJ?
Never been caught.
Never been caught. All right. Well, I know we have some old Ben stories where he's been a perp, but you know we'll let him tell those. Telcoin down about 7%. KuCoin down about 7%. So Chainlink surprisingly down about 2%, but I had a pretty good run up. It blew past 20 bucks, up at 23. Looks like a little bit of a resistance around $25. So, but it's looking good. Let's see here. We'll go back to the main page here. But you know what? Let's actually check out some trading view now because we're looking at some exciting stuff with ETH, but let's check out Bitcoin. Looks like the money flow indicator here is still in the red. It looks like it maybe wants to pop up. Let's check out the 4-hour, see if it's starting to change. No, it looks like it went from green to red. So, I mean, buyers beware with Bitcoin, but perhaps ETH might be dragging Bitcoin kicking and screaming upwards. So we'll see what's going on with that. But like I said, we're going to check out Ethereum. Look at that candle, TJ. What do you think of that 4-hour candle there?
That gets me excited. I love big green candles.
I love them. I love it when it's big and green. The money flow indicator is nice and juicy, as Crypto Face and Jason Casper say. It's like water for the plants. The plants need water to grow. It doesn't always mean that, you know, flowers are going to start blooming, but if plants are going to grow, they do need some water. It looks like maybe a little bit of a green dot forming here on the 4-hour, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. We check out the 2-hour to lower it a little bit. Still just forming there. Maybe 45-minute. Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of confirmation, but it's on the very small time frame. So I'd be a little bit wary. Ooh, wow, that daily. Look at that daily chart right there.
That's a good one. Wow.
It's a nice, like these indicators right here. I mean, it looks like this money flow indicator might be switching green. I mean, we'll see like over the next couple days, but it's looking pretty good, man. I don't know. What do you think about the ETH burning though, DJ?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Like it's fun to watch the ETH burn. We were looking at this morning, and I think we're going to get into a little bit later some of the charts showing how much Ethereum's locked up in ETH 2.0 contracts right now in smart contracts. So as more ETH gets locked and more gets burned, we're going to be seeing a lot of positive price action for Ethereum here in the near future, which is why so many people have been so excited about this update for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't seem like it was buy the rumor, sell the news. I think with this case, it was more of a see if it works. And then if it doesn't, then you sell. If it does, you know, personally, I'm not selling any ETH. You know, someone asked, you know, what's a good time to jump in right now? I got some early this morning before that huge 4-hour candle. Right now, I mean, it's running a little bit hot. It's running a little hot, but I mean, some of those smaller time frames did look, you know, somewhat okay. So buyers beware. I mean, it is pumping, you know what I mean? But, you know, we would have said that. So ETH, it had 12 green candles in a row. After a week straight, someone in the office, Aaron actually, was saying it's a good time. I was like, yeah, you know, we just had 7 green candles in a row. I'll maybe kind of wait. And then we have 5 more green candles. So, I mean, if you believe in it and you're looking for a long-term hold, yeah, I don't see any problem buying some ETH right now. But, I mean, if you're looking for the quick flip, you know, you're trying to make a little lick real quick, maybe you want to hold off on that. What would you say, TJ?
Yeah, we saw a lot of people last night kind of using similar logic to what you were saying. Like, we've seen a big run up. A lot of times in crypto, you get a scenario where it's like buy the rumor, sell the news. So with this huge upgrade coming up, a lot of the veterans were thinking like, all right, you buy the last previous months, you get this big run up, and then you sell the day of the big announcement or the big hard fork, which is what we're experiencing today. However, a lot of people last night on Twitter were talking about how it didn't look like one of those scenarios. It looked like, you know, people aren't selling this news and they are holding it and they're expecting more run up. So we saw a lot of longs opened up last night on Ethereum. So it bodes well for the next few weeks, I would say.
I would say the same. I mean, I don't think big smart money is like really selling right now. If anything, they're staking their ETH in the 2.0 smart contract. So, but just looking at this chart one more time, I mean, on this daily, if we check out the weekly, oh wow, look at that. Look at that right there. I mean, don't want to say it's a reversal of the trend that we've been on, you know, since we had the nice run up towards, you know, it was about a month later after Bitcoin's run up, but it's going down, and it's a few green candles in a row on the weekly there. If we look at the 8, heck yeah, DZ from New Money Gang. That's right. New Money Gang. Make sure you check out their YouTube channel as well. It's Brian, Justin. They tell you how to make money in basically the new economy. You know, it's kind of a gig economy, a hustle economy. A lot of people, you know, not really working in the traditional 9 to 5s anymore, but there's always a little hustle, you know. Watch them, because Justin, J Chains, he loves selling couches. He loves checking and refreshing. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Nothing. No, they do a great job. If you haven't watched their channel in the past, check out New Money Gang. They show you how to take your free time, turn it into extra money, and then you can use that money for crypto or other investments, and basically how to change your life for the better. So it's a great channel. They do a lot of really cool stuff.
Someone said, Ben looks very tan today. You know what? He's in Florida. He's going to be out, you know, in the amusement park. He might come back a little bit tan, but I don't know if he'll be DZ tan. And someone said DZ demand. You got that right.
He's actually in California. He went to
he went to the other one.
Disneyland. Yeah, they've never been out there before.
I never really learned the difference between Disneyland, Disney World. I went to the one in Florida, I guess it was Disney World, and checked out Universal last year, right before everything was kind of clamped down. So, but all right, he's out there in California. Is he going to hang out with altcoin twins or Wendy, you think?
We had a few people hit us up for stuff out there, but I think we're just going to do another trip back. Like, he's trying to keep it family time, obviously. They're only there for like 4 days, so they're going to be just doing the Disney thing the whole time, and then we'll probably go back this fall, maybe winter, and do some events and stuff out there.
Okay. Well, we also have this chart right here. It was from Glassnode. Is saying the proportional long and short-term holders. Thank you, Jose. DZ jokes better than BitBoy jokes. I write all his jokes. So, I say it all the time. I keep telling you people I write his jokes. I have a little cue card in the morning stream, and I write it down real quick, and I hold it up, and So if he says anything funny, it's from the mind of DZ here. If we look at this chart right here, is just showing the difference between the long-term and the short-term holders by percentage. So if you notice, it goes, inversely. So when long-term spikes, the short-term dumps. This gray line, is clearly the price right here. This is a long-term chart right here. So if you look, just this little part right here is 1 year. And you're seeing the short-term sellers. I think after this dip, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of a run-up on the short-term holders. What would you say, TJ?
Yeah, we were looking at this a little bit this morning, and I think there might have been a story, I don't know if they pulled it up for this, that we were reading through that kind of showed every time the long-term holders would get into the range of like 60, I think it was like 63 to 72%. We saw a huge bullish run up right after that, which is kind of what this chart is showing here. Now it's towards the end there, but you see where it's that pink line there, I believe, is the short-term holders. So as that ran up, the price ran up, and you see inversely at the top, the long-term holders were selling. And then I can't tell, that was probably, May-ish that started to swap, where all the long-term holders were reaccumulating and the short-term holders were selling. And so usually when we see that number tick up close to that 60 or 70% for the long-term holders, that's when the price runs up. So basically, it's people that have a lot of experience in crypto accumulating before massive price run-ups. They sell the top and then dump on newer users, which is traditionally how markets work.
I mean, you either swim with the whales or you get eaten by the sharks. B equals cup. DZ is a degen, no doubt. I was doing some DeFi plays this morning, so I'm a little bit of a degen. I don't know if I'm as much as a degen as TJ though.
Well, we have an office full of degens, so I think you're in good company here.
Yeah, we have a degen dungeon that we're putting in the new building. It's going to have chains swinging from the ceiling. There's going to be like one light that like blinks intermittently. The floor is just going to continuously be wet. There's going to be rust stains on the wall. Sticky. It's going to smell a little fetid and damp. Why? I think that's what they want, Isn't that what Jack and Eron said that they wanted?
The true degens are most comfortable in an environment like that, for sure.
For sure. We got one more chart here from Glassnode. ETH supply in smart contracts. And the blue line right here is the ETH that's getting locked up. In my opinion, I think this is going to be locked up on a long-term time frame. A lot of it is, ETH 2.0. It's DeFi plays. I mean, maybe like at the height, we might see some people capitulating, maybe selling some positions. But the ETH is disappearing, folks. It is disappearing. And if we just pull up the burn, we just passed 700 live. I mean, we're 718. We're going to be approaching 1,000 really quickly. So, I mean, ETH is disappearing, folks. Do not sell your ETH. Do not sell your ADA. Do not sell your Bitcoin in the short term. That's what I would say. But let's get to the London Hard Fork. The people want to know about the Hard Fork. Don't worry. We're not going to throw up a fork picture. Oh, wait. Breaking news. We have 1,600 likes with 7,600 viewers. I know we can easily get to 2,000 and like within the next topic.
No. Come on, guys. It's a DZ special show. We can get to at least more than what BitBoy gets, 6,500. So smash those like buttons. We got to make it. It's his first live stream. We should make this the most likes we've ever had. 6,500 is the minimum. Let's get it.
Yes, yes. I mean, we must shock and awe the YouTube algorithm. We must freak out the algorithm where the robots don't even know what's going on. They're just panicking. They're saying,
Guys,
I don't know. Everyone needs to watch this, right?
his whole job depends on this. He needs you to smash that like button.
All right. Well, you heard. All right. Do you want DZ thrown out on the streets, folks? No.
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 Nobody
All
wants
right.
a DZ in the streets.
That doesn't sound easy. That
No.
sounds like I'd end up greasy. So let's not go that way. All right. So Ethereum London Hard Fork live. Here's what you need to know. Long anticipated hard fork of Ethereum dubbed London has taken place now. This happened at block 12,965,000. So I mean, we just saw there's a little over 700 ETH has already been burnt. It's also worth noting that this network-wide upgrade is part of the journey towards Ethereum 2.0, which will ultimately see the blockchain migrate from the current proof of work to proof of stake. And basically the differences there is miners solving equations versus holders verifying the transaction themselves. At the time of the writing, about 77% of the nodes have been upgraded to support this hard fork. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that hit the 80s and the 90s in the next week, as people running these nodes are like, oh, okay, go ahead and time to start earning my free Ethereum by having my node. Essentially, the move aims to reduce the transaction fees, which have been proved to be an issue for the network, especially when it's clogged. You know anything about clogged networks there? You eat a lot of protein.
Yeah. I don't know if we know about some clogged networks in our bathroom over there. I went in there this morning and it was like, wow, somebody just burned something.
DZ versus Fred Durst. Look, Fred Durst did it all for the Nookie. I do it for the BitSquad. And the power of the BitSquad easily eclipses the power of the Nookie. Actually, anyways, I'm going to move on past that lyric. The way it works, instead of having to send gas fees to miners for the transaction to be included in a block, users will send gas fees to the network itself. It's called a base fee. It's also a sort of a burn, and that's what we're alluding to with the ETH being burned up over 700 at this point. And there will only be an option to tip if it's paid to the miners. The burnt fee will also be set up algorithmically and may vary from block to block depending on the network congestion. We talked about it on Around the Blockchain, where we come live 5 p.m. every day. And per block, it can only change 12.5%. Sleazy Deezy, you must know me well. EIP 1559, one of the most important upgrades in Ethereum's history. Its purpose is to improve the UI experience by changing how the transaction fees are estimated and how the network reacts to surges in usage. What's the most you paid on a gas fee?
Oh gosh, I know I've paid over 300 on a gas fee before, like 350-ish. That might be the highest. Also, I did notice, I know Ben said he wasn't going to be watching today, but he did just pop in the chat and say he thinks we're doing a great job. So
enjoy your vacation, Ben.
Enjoy it. We got your back, buddy.
Yeah, we got you. Don't worry. We won't let you down. These are broad shoulders. I can easily carry the BitSquad for like 2 days. 3 days. Now, that would be too much. I would be panicking and sweating and everything. But don't worry. We got you for 2 days. No. We can handle it.
Yeah. But for the gas fees, yeah, I mean, I've paid $350. I know a lot of people that do a lot of those swaps at the kind of the peak of the DeFi stuff was when all of that was blown up. The fees were just absurd. But we've seen them dropping dramatically with a lot of the updates. This one should help them drop even more. So I wanted to ask you, we've been talking about EIP 1559 for what seems like a whole year now. It's finally here. It's finally happened. What do you think kind of over the next few months, or what do you expect to see the result of this? Is it going to be, do you think it's going to be a lot of hype where whatever we've seen this run up today is going to be the majority of it? Or do you think it's going to continually get better over the next several months?
I think it's going to continually get better. I know BJ here, he's a Cardano fan. A lot of the Cardano fans, it almost seems like they want it to fail. But, I mean, I think it's going to work. They're taking a slow, pretty methodical course with it. So, I mean, I think they're going to be careful. ETH is still going to be inflationary, but the inflation rate is around 25% of what it was. So just like for mass, let's just say every 10 minutes, 100 Ethereum are added to the network. Well, now it's going to be around 25. So, I mean, we're already seeing a supply crunch. The ETH is disappearing. I think, I mean, that's just going to accelerate. I mean, I don't see how less ETH in the system is going to do anything except, make that price run up personally.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's always supply and demand. So when there's less supply and more demand, the price is going to go up. So you showed that metric where we were looking at the lockups. 26%
Yeah.
ish of all Ethereum right now is already locked in smart contracts. And as you said, a lot of that is big institutional money that has no plans to change it anytime soon. They're looking for the long hold. They're looking for the ROI on, stacking and holding Ethereum. So as more gets locked into smart contracts and more gets burned, we're going to see the price action go up dramatically, I think.
I agree. Bobby in Twitch chat said, Ben, send us a picture of you in a Speedo. All I got to say is be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll turn it into an NFT.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and speak for him while he's not here?
Yeah. A Ben in the Speedo NFT. Well,
Yeah.
if he's going to NFT my love and try to sell that, we can definitely sell him in a Speedo. So,
All right.
yeah,
And
let's do it.
how much, what's the starting bid on your love again?
Maybe we'll do that like a Dutch auction. Work it backwards.
Okay. I mean, I say it's at least 1 Bitcoin.
Oh, hey, now we're talking.
All right. I mean, what did you think I was going to say? 1 Doge?
I had no idea. 1 ETH is, I think, what I thought you were going to say at first. But
All right. Well, also Ethereum, it's eyeing a 3-week winning streak versus Bitcoin as Bitcoin price drifts below 39,000. That would be what we refer to the ETH BTC pair. So on altcoins, it dominated the conversation amid bullish forecasts for fresh price gains, while the ETH BTC pair is headed for its 3rd consecutive green weekly candle. Ethereum's token could reach new local highs in the coming months after a successful hard fork, and the strength against Bitcoin is going to continue. So the ETH BTC chart hit 0.069, so basically around 0.7. What that comes out to is how many times can 0.07 go into 1. So roughly 14 Ethereum for every 1 Bitcoin. But they're saying, it's continuous. So next week it might be 13 Ethereum equal 1 Bitcoin.
Right.
When it goes down, it could be 20. How do you think that's going to move in the next coming weeks? Do you think it's just going to continue to accelerate and try to catch up?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's something we looked at a lot in the last cycle, which is kind of the ETH to Bitcoin ratio. And I want to say in the last bull run, it topped out at like either 0.11 or 0.14 or 5. I think you could look at that on TradingView if you look at the Bitcoin to ETH pair. But that's what we've been talking about a lot here is what percentage of ETH to Bitcoin, how high can it run this time? And I do think it will run up beyond 0.7. I don't know if it'll top out as high as it did in the last cycle, but I think close to about 0.1 is about where it'll go.
Okay, I like that. So 10 ETH equals 1 Bitcoin. I kind of like that. I would say maybe a dozen.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. I mean, I think it is over the long term going to get closer and closer, especially as the inflation pressure is being diminished, but it's also being diminished on Bitcoin. So it'll be interesting to watch it. All right, let's get into never panic sell. I was asked by a coworker to reference Frank as our resident panic seller. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I've had a lot of conversations with him at my place late at night about what he should do with his Ethereum, and I know he did. I don't know. There's a couple times that he's panic sold and really kicked himself. And Jess even was like, "Why did you do that?" She didn't panic sell, and he did. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man. So Jess has the diamond hands, which is Frank's girlfriend, and so is Frank the new paper hands boy? Is he bread hands?
Paper boy Frank.
Yeah, soggy biscuit hands.
Oh, boy.
All right, but panic selling is crypto investors' biggest mistake. A new survey reveals. They asked over 1,000 people. 1/3 have already fallen for a scam via emails, websites, and fake mobile apps. Folks, be careful with the scams. Be even careful with Google. Like, you can Google something. You can Google Uniswap, and we've seen scams literally at the top of the page. It looks very similar, but the URL is going to be slightly different. I recommend when you're going to swap something out, if you go to CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, they will take you to the market where, yeah, I would trust CoinGecko links way above Google. What would you say?
Oh, yeah. Be very careful on Google. And a lot of times on Google, you'll see things that are ads and they're really scams. And I did want to mention this too. We were talking about in the research group this morning. There's a new scam going around right now on BCS. Binance
Wait,
Smart Chain.
scam on BCS? What?
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, BS. No.
It's a little bit more sophisticated than the typical scam, but more or less they're airdropping a token to people. They say you have to go claim it, and then you need to sync your wallet to it to claim it. It's a malicious website, so when you go to claim that airdrop, they'll just wipe out everything in that wallet. So do not. I think it was Was it? I don't want to say the wrong one. I want to say it's VERA.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people in the office have actually fallen for some scams. The other tall person who's also 5'10", Justin, he fell for one as well. Riam sent Disneyland versus Disneyland. Riam Al-Lami, thank you very much. If you like Disneyland or Disneyland, go ahead and hit that like. Where are we at right now on the likes there?
We're at 3873, so we still have we need a couple thousand more, guys, for DZ to keep doing his thing here. So smash that like button. Also, if you're a big Disney fan, give us a hashtag Disney in the chat.
All right. You know what? They own Marvel, so I mean, and Star Wars. I guess I'm like kind of like into Disney, I guess, but like I'm not watching. You know what though? I loved a Goofy movie as a child. It's one of my favorites.
I love the Goofy movie too. Anytime I hear the song "Staying Alive," it reminds me of the Goofy movie.
I would rent the VHS like multiple times. Like, bring me to Blockbuster. All right, but back real quick we have ran out of time, but real quick on the panic selling. You know, they're saying about 40% have previously forgotten their crypto password. 95.6 were able to recover their investment. The survey also confirmed about a third have fallen for a scam. We cover that. In addition to the scams and password mismanagement, they showed panic selling is one of the biggest mistakes, followed by investing in everything in one type of coin. Have you ever panic sold?
No. I'm more of the type that holds it to the ground and watches it die because I always believe it's going to come back.
That's me now, actually. You know, you just watch, you know, you get your like very small alt, you know, it's like 10 cents a token, and then you just watch it go to 7, you watch it go to 5, you watch it go to 2, and then you know what? I buy more. That's me. So
it's always going to come back at some point. You tell yourself.
Elo Brown says he missed a few dad jokes. It's okay. We'll throw in a couple more. You know, like I said, I ride them for Ben, so don't worry, they'll be coming. All right, let's go to the BTC big picture here. On-chain analyst expects next Bitcoin bull cycle to be more aggressive. I do want to note he's talking about the short-term bull run, not comparing it to 2017. Willy Woo in chat from Crypto Ric Flair predicts incoming volatility that could thrust Bitcoin's price higher, taking out this year's all-time high. According to the analyst, most of the predictions have come to fruition. Note that Bitcoin's dormancy has bottomed and expects the next bull cycle to be more aggressive. We love those aggressive bulls. On Sunday, he shared a chart indicating that the fundamentals of the growth on the network are solidly bullish. Asset has been going parabolic in tandem with Bitcoin's price since 2010, and there were structural signs of a bear market in sight. Maintained that the squeeze experienced in the few weeks has been a result of supply shock divergence, has resulted in a breakout between the 17th and 24th. It's now being witnessed. It was around when we saw like all the green candles. We've not seen a pattern like this looking back the past 10 years. And he noted an increase in exchange inventories in the long term as more retail investors jump in and trust exchanges to hold their coins. He also shared a similar ETF chart showing the rising trend in institutional investors who are scooping up coins and locking them up in funds such as Grayscale. Do you think Grayscale is going to sell at the top or try to time the top? Or do you think they're kind of like you, they're just going to hold on and just continue to accumulate?
That's an interesting question. Will they sell? I mean, I know their end game is to get as much as they possibly can. So if they think they could buy the bottom, but see, they also have almost an endless access to new money. So if you're just accumulating, if I had to guess, they'll probably just continue to raise more funds during the bear market and then use that to accumulate more and not actually sell. But who knows?
Yeah, you know what I've noticed, TJ, is when I ask you questions, you're able to answer. Am I more captivating than Ben?
No.
Maybe
I'm just paying a little closer attention today. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you bring your B game on the other days? What's going on?
Maybe I just trust Ben, and I know he
Oh.
doesn't need any help. I have no
Oh,
idea.
I
I don't have
keep
a
you
good
on
answer.
your
Well,
toes.
you got me with that question.
All right,
Put it
all
that
right.
way.
Well, okay. I'll take it. And today's episode brought to you by water. Bubbly. We love some bubbly around here.
We do.
Our big
Caffeinated
bottles of water are out right now, and our assistant Allison, we love Allison here. She was disgusted by me. I said, "I'll just drink it out of the bathroom sink. I'll just fill a cup and drink." So hit that like button if you just like clean water. Water's water. That's what I
refilled my water bottle in the bathroom this morning as well.
Hey, I mean, we're not using the toilet, and if you do use the toilet, make sure you get it from the tank at least. You know.
Yeah, the back.
from the back, but don't do a double decker. All right. If you're interested in Bitcoin going from 763 micro pennies to 42,000 over 12 years, you're interested in whales reducing their holdings and the masses holding it. I mean, you don't get locked up in the short-term game. Look at the long-term picture. Are your Bitcoin going to be worth $500,000 or $1 million in the next 10 years? That's the game you should be looking at. So remember that in December, the analyst predicted. So he was saying, it might hit 200K, it might hit 300K. I feel like a lot of people were saying that at the beginning of the year. Our early run-up maybe kind of extended it. Benjamin Cowan talks about extending it a lot. It looks like that might be happening. But I know we've revised our predictions. I've been saying around 120. What's your prediction, TJ?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Ben on that. So this is Willy Woo. He's the creator of the stock to flow model, and a lot of those predictions, those 320s, 300s, 250s, come from different range points on the stock to flow model. So it predicts at least 100K by the end of this cycle, and we could run up a little bit above that. So that's where that 120 comes from. So I think that's probably about right. To see if we're in August now, we get 2 to 3 months of run up to get into that 100K range. And it does feel like, I feel like 100K is a big psychological level for a lot of the big money and institutions where people will probably be looking to take profit around that number. And if I think that, I guarantee a lot of people think that. So then you see people taking profits at 95, 96, 98, and then it kind of creates the trend.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's going to be looking to dump around 85 to 95 for sure, thinking they're the smart money. Then, meanwhile, a lot of people are probably going to dump as soon as we hit the next run up after the new all-time high, whether it's a couple days. Do you still think September is the end of the bull run? I know Ben thinks it's September. I'm personally thinking it's going to be closer to Thanksgiving. I think we'll see the Thanksgiving bump where everybody's telling their family around the table, oh, yeah, you got to buy Bitcoin. It'll pop. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. Might pop that Friday, and then I see it kind of dumping that weekend. I think is going to top out Thanksgiving week. What you still think? Do you think September?
Well, that's a kind of a loaded question too, because with Ben, what he's usually referring to is a top of a Bitcoin cycle, and then alts run for another month and a half beyond that. So yeah, I tend to feel it's going to be mid to late Q4, whether that's like October would be on the early side of it, but I tend to think more, November, December, something like that is when we'll see things start to lose momentum. A lot of times at Christmas, and then you've got the year turnover that has a lot of tax implications and stuff like that. So you get a lot of people looking to dump right at the end of the year. So usually November is probably the top of the altcoin or Bitcoin cycle, maybe December, something like that. That's kind of what I'm anticipating.
All right. Yummy Noodle said, DZ has a guy, # got a guy. I was actually going to say, I do have a guy. His name's TJ. But then they already beat me to it.
Yeah. TJ's the guy. There it is.
So just to reiterate, are you Ben's guy?
I am Ben's guy.
All right. You're my top guy, too. Don't worry.
All right.
All right. But now it's Akon and Young DZ.
There it is.
With TGZ.
Oh, gosh.
Only way we know. I'm not going to sing the rest because the lyrics get pretty dark there. Shout out. If you love, who's that? Young Jeezy, right?
Yeah.
But now he's just Jeezy.
Just Jeezy.
If you like Jeezy, you like DZ, or yesterday's guest, Mac and Cheesy, make sure you go ahead and hit that like. Where are we at on likes right now?
We are at 4585.
4585.
With 9,000 watching.
9,000. Smash that like. Let's get up to 5,000. Like I said, we are going to freak out the YouTube algorithm. And then, boom, we're going to be able to top 10, I think. I know it. I can smell it. All right, Akon. Acoin. That's a pretty good name, right? That's a good name?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. A coin pilot heralded success, eyes countrywide rollout in Kenya. So MMTC founder Julius Mwale, I believe is pronounced, and Akon expected to be attended at the next month's major launch event, unveil his coin's national rollout. Acoin, the cryptocurrency project developed by Akon, has achieved success in its initial pilot testing in Western Kenya's Mwale Medical Technology City, or the MMTC, setting the stage for the national rollout. The pilot began last year, November 2020, expected to pave the way for 5 million worth of transactions per month. It's a cryptocurrency designed to help entrepreneurs, business owners, and social activists transact locally without many of the impediments that inflict emerging markets in Africa. So this is essentially going to be like a crypto version of a merchant services, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, you're able to, spend other coins, but then I believe, they're saying the transactors. So if you're a business, it will swap it for you, and it's just going to make everything easier. I don't know if it'll decentralize or become centralized. So a major launch events scheduled for September will include the launch of the new hospital wing and the activation of a coin across 5,000 beds at the Hamptons Hospital and 30,000 transactions per month. They say they're expecting it to go even higher, targeting with the 5,000 here, possibly reaching 2 billion in transactions by 2022. Acoin will be the only platform for business transactions in the city. So I don't know. Seems a little centralized. What would you say?
It is a little centralized, but it's interesting to keep an eye on and watch it develop, because they're just trying to create something and when you run into practical problems, they try to come up with practical solutions. So I know at one point they were using like cell phone minutes over there to interchange with a coin, and it seems unconventional, but they, in a lot of foreign countries and stuff where they don't have a stable local currency, they use whatever's available there to barter with that is stable. So cell phone minutes was something they used to use, and then they interchange those with a coin and try to make it to where you could swap a coin with anything else and try to make somewhat of like a circular economy that will work for the citizens. So it is a bit centralized, but it's better than the centralized alternatives they have there in a lot of different places.
All right. I like it. Is Chris Jericho coming on the show?
Actually, I think potentially. Is he doing an NFT?
We'll see. We'll see.
We are in some talks with some big wrestlers about that kind of stuff.
All right. Oh yeah. Are we gonna get a mankind's mandible claw? Maybe.
I don't even know what that is.
It's old reference there. I wouldn't mind seeing some Rey Mysterio Jr. NFTs. I'd like that. Hardy Boy, some old school Undertaker. DZ versus South Park Mexican. I used to listen to that guy like a lot, but I'm pretty sure he's a pretty bad dude. So I think he's in jail. Stop being shy, mate. Just be yourself. I thought I was. Look, I'll go ahead and say this. I'm much like Ben. I am me. I can't not be me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be DZ. So. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a paid actor like some of those other channels. All right. Real quick, lastly, on the coin thing here. The MMTC is described as newly built city encompassing state-of-the-art medical and technology complex. Pilot testing of Acoin was seen as a stepping stone for cryptocurrency being adopted by the highly ambitious Akon City project in Senegal. I can see it as a kind of like similar how Dogecoin brings people into the crypto space via Robinhood. Maybe we'll see something like that. People use this A coin and say, well, now I want to buy some, I keep hearing about this Ethereum, this Cardano, this Bitcoin. So it could be a good stepping stone. Do you think it's long-term good or bad? I mean, It has to be good, right?
Do I think what's long-term?
The A coin being rolled out, like in a centralized manner. Do you see people like adopting other coins?
Yeah, so that's my kind of take on all altcoins, and kind of the main argument I have with a lot of the maxis that say they shouldn't exist. They're all trash. Bitcoin's the only one. I feel like every altcoin that gets created gives a frame of reference up against Bitcoin. So if you see altcoins going up in value, down in value, etc., you are weighing that against Bitcoin, because most of the time you start with Bitcoin. So yeah, something like this with a coin getting rolled out, getting a lot of exposure, getting crypto in the hands of a lot of new users that have never held crypto before. I think that definitely is good for the long term of crypto.
Little Bruce Wayne said Ben Hellcat TJ GTR DZ Toyota Corolla.
Hey, he does not have a Corolla.
But we love our Corolla people here. If you have a Corolla, you know, make sure we hit that like button. We love our Corolla people here. No, I drive in a 300, okay? A Chrysler 300. He's tall. I can't be in a Corolla. I can't be in a GTR.
He's stunting in that thing. It looks fresh. It's white. It's clean. I like it.
You know what? They're 18s, but I keep them clean, though.
There you go.
All right. SEC versus CFTC. SEC won't let the CFTC be. SEC has no authority over pure commodities like crypto assets. You want to go over commodities real quick? You know, it's like oil, pork. I mean, it's a wide range of things.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna pull up the actual definition so I don't.
He's gonna get some of that real definition there. So, a commissioner with the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission, Brian Quintens, clarified Wednesday that pure commodities, including crypto assets, fall under the jurisdiction. He tweeted, "Just so we're all clear here, SEC has no authority over pure commodities over their trading venues, whether those commodities are wheat, gold, oil, or crypto assets." Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple little definitions, which is why you hear it used so broadly. Generally, the one definition is a raw material, primarily agricultural product that can be bought and sold, copper, coffee, you know, any wheat, basically any product that has a market. But then they also, a secondary definition is a useful or valuable thing, such as water or time. So time is a valuable commodity, water is a valuable commodity. So it's a very loose definition, which is probably intentional because they can apply it to a lot of different things and then regulate them the way they want.
Well, your love is a commodity for sale, correct?
Well, it's a commodity. We haven't officially put it for sale yet.
Oh, so I can't short it. I'm kidding. I'd open a long. I would open a long for TJ's love. I forget. I couldn't see the name, but they said Miami coin is one of the things we're going to talk about at 5 p.m. Cody Premise. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll talk about Miami coin this evening. So if you're interested and see what's going on with Miami coin, we're not talking about the Showtime show startup or whatever that channel that's on.
Yeah.
No, it's a real thing that looks like it's going to be an exciting future for some, Wyoming, Miami. I think we're going to see a little bit of competition within our nation. So we'll see how that goes. But back to the SEC, Gensler stressed that there's not enough investor protection when it comes to crypto assets and their trading platforms. He called for additional authority and resources to protect investors. He doesn't want power for power's sake. No, he's just trying to protect us. Of course, right? He's just trying to protect us, you think?
That's always what they say. I hate that phrase. For your own protection. I don't need their protection.
Yeah. And if I want to roll around with no seatbelt, no, I'm just kidding here. CFTC declared several years ago that cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, are commodities. They've been determined under the Commodity Exchange Act, CEA, not to be confused with the CIA. We like our CIA folks around here. If you're in the CIA, and I know you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button. In addition, the U.S. District Court for the District of Massachusetts ruled in October of 2018 that virtual currencies are commodities and they have the power to prosecute crypto-related fraud. Over the years, they've been working closely with the SEC on consumer protection relating to crypto assets. They just jointly issued several investor alerts with a capital A on topics such as funds trading in Bitcoin futures and websites promoting fraudulent crypto trading. The Investor Protection Act, introduced last week by Don Beyer, provides the SEC with authority over digital asset securities and the CFTC with authority over digital assets. But your love is a physical thing, right?
It is for some people.
We need it. TJ needs no protection.
Yeah.
But we got to protect his love. It's pure. It's pure. We want it pure. We want it to stay that way. I'm shorting Ben's height. He said he's going to have some selfies next to the sign saying he can ride all the rides. And I think the thing stops at 3'10" or something. So he'll be a good 1.5 feet above that, people.
Yeah.
At least.
I'm sure he's standing in line trying to convince somebody to let him on a ride right now.
I'm sure they're having a good time. If you like If you like BitBoy coming back on Monday, make sure you hit that like button. Did we pass 5,000?
We are. Yeah, we're at 5365. So
5 by 5 in the pipe. 5 by 5. All right, things are looking good. I like it. I like it. All right, we're gonna go to the next topic here. Uruguayan crypto. Uruguayan senator introduces bill to enable use of crypto for payments. Senators introduce a bill seeking to establish an illegitimate, legal, and safe use in business related to the production and commercialization of virtual currencies. The senator has introduced a bill, accepted. Today, we present a bill, pioneer in the world, that seeks to establish legitimate, legal, safe use. Says crypto assets will be recognized and accepted by the law and applicable in any legal business that will be considered a valid means of payment, added to those included in the law of financial inclusion. Ooh, that sounds like a very serious law. Law of financial inclusion. He belongs to the National Party, which is the ruling party, and holds 10 of the 30 seats in the Senate. If you're wondering, wait a minute, he's the ruling party, but they only have 10 seats. In America, we have a two-party system. Elsewhere in the world, they have multiple parties where it's kind of like a scale from, like a green party to an ultra-conservative party with a whole assortment of parties in the middle. I wish we would go to that, but the two-party system, they have a very vested interest in keeping it a two-party system. Do you think we'll ever break away from the two-party system?
I don't do politics in the U.S.
Decker voted for a third party candidate.
I was going to say, technically we have a third party. They just don't really usually have a shot because of the money and funding and powers that be. But I think more people in the country than ever are somewhere in the middle leaning. I mean, I lean a lot more libertarian, which is less government, but I don't think we'll ever see the government shrink. That's not usually
Nassim
what
Taleb says it best to me. With my family, I'm a communist. With my close friends, I'm a socialist. Local politics, I'm a Democrat. State politics, I'm a Republican. National party, I'm a libertarian. So, I mean, I like that saying. Imagine Ben being pushed around. You know what? He's going to have a picture on the teacups, we hope. We'll see. But back to the bill here. If it gains support, the government will issue 3 types of licenses for businesses using crypto. First one enables companies to trade any crypto asset, such as intermediaries, accept transactions. Second one's going to allow parties to store or retain crypto, think like a wallet. The third is going to allow the issuance of crypto assets or utility tokens with financial characteristics. So the percentage of people who invest in cryptocurrencies compared to the number of people in the country is low, but emphasizes the importance of adopting crypto regulation to promote investment and protect investors. I think it's just going to go up from here. I mean, I think a lot of these Latin American countries, we've seen the domino effect take place. Started with El Salvador, and I think it's just going to continue. I mean, do you see it slowing down anytime soon in Latin America?
No. I think once one country starts to see and feel the benefits of moving towards Bitcoin, we'll start to see, like you said, the domino effect where it just continues and continues as time goes on.
All right, DZ's not that annoying today, surprisingly.
Hey, guys, DZ's great. He's only annoying every once in a while.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks, I guess. Right. I mean, I'm glad you had the bar so low for me.
Yeah.
And now I've brought it up. So cool. Thank you, person. All right. Let's go to the Bitcoin new users here. One of my favorite Twitter accounts right here, Will Clemente. No relation to the baseball player, I don't think. Number of new users coming on the Bitcoin network continues to reach new all-time highs. Oh, we zoomed in way too much there. Yeah, so this green line. Oh, wait.
Pull up that on Twitter.
Definitely will. All right, let me refresh here. Oh, there it goes. I can confirm I met the height requirement. Look at that. Look at that. See, he's taller than his child by a good 8 inches.
He did it. And he's got the little bunny or the Disney ears, mouse ears. There you go.
But there's no wrong being short. We love our short people. If you're short, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're in the middle or you're tall, also hit that like button.
Make sure you're just exactly average.
Yes. He's the exact average American male height. and his arms are strong. So you know he's out there repping America out there. We gotta love it. All right, so back to the entity's net growth. You see this green line? It's popping up right here. This is huge, huge news here. And if you see a lot, it kind of closely correlates to the price here. You know, we see it like run up here, it runs up there, boom, a little bit of a run up, capitulation, goes down, goes down. It's continuing to rise. However, the Bitcoin price is going down. So might see a little bit of a pop. I mean, Bitcoin's been doing okay the last couple of weeks, but when you compare it to Ethereum, it isn't like, you know, as exciting. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, do you think Bitcoin's gonna say, you know what, Ethereum, you've had enough. It's my turn.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
curious,
bullish short term.
does it have a definition on there? Because that says BTC entities net growth.
Yeah, entities. I've looked at it before. It's basically they have like, I want to say it's at least 4, or it's multiple wallets. It's usually going to be like a Coinbase would be considered an entity. Many mining pools are going to be considered entities. It's when you have a network of wallets is
Right.
the
And
layman's definition.
I think there's supposed to be a minimum balance in there too. I don't remember what it was. If it's like you have 5+ wallets with 10 or 100 Bitcoin in there, I can't remember. But the fact that we're seeing the entities growing, you know, the user entity numbers going up bodes well for big money collecting, businesses getting into crypto. And as more businesses get involved, there'll be more needs for reserves and holds and staking and a lot of the stuff we talked about at the beginning of the show that just bodes well for supply and demand over time. The more we have these major entities and big money players trying to take advantage of crypto and all the advantages that come with it, the more we're going to see the price action go up.
Yeah, and we all know, like, just from being in the space a while, the number one thing that gets people excited about Bitcoin, that brings in the new users, is Bitcoin's price action. So if we do see this run up, if we start testing new all-time highs, we pass 65, that's going to be the best advertisement for Bitcoin. I mean, it's all fine and dandy if, you know, Elon Musk buys some Bitcoin, but when the price pumps, that's what gets people excited. So, I mean, we're looking at the charts earlier. It's like short-term buyers or holders, it's like they almost call the top, you know what I mean? They'll buy the top, then they'll panic sell. So, I mean, I see it just more and more people are just going to be joining the network.
Right. Like basically when all of your cousins are telling you to buy Bitcoin at Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's probably the top.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, your waiter brings it up. My sign was, so right before I moved out here, I was messing with my car insurance information, and I moved out here to Georgia to work with the BitSquad. It was near the top of the market when I was getting insurance. They're like, "Oh, you're moving for work. What do you do?" I was like, "Well, I'm going to go work for a crypto company." And then 3 of the 6 people own crypto. You want to know what they owned?
Doge,
Yes.
Shiba, and XRP.
It was Doge. It was Doge. They're like, "Oh, Bill over there made a bunch of money on Doge. He bought under a penny." And yeah, I mean, that I should have listened to, you know, Crypto Face, sell them May, walk away. That was my top call right there. It was like, okay, I'm in a insurance place, like a very boring building in a very boring strip mall, and then they're talking to me about Doge. So
Yeah.
should have took that as a sign in retrospect. But I like these, but we all prefer Ben. But again, this is there would be no show.
Yeah.
You know, we try to get TJ to come up here, but he's the only one who can really work that the magic on that board. Sorry, BJ, you know, but I mean, TJ's the man. He doesn't have to remap everything. He knows where it's at.
Yeah, I don't have to do the coding.
He's not doing the coding. All right, let's get to Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. No relation to Ben, but Ben does have those, you know, strong arms. He says proposed crypto tax rule makes no sense. Is this one of those enemy of my enemy is a friend situation?
I believe it is.
I think so. I think we might have to ally with Lex Luthor here. Crypto exchange boss is the latest to decry plans to enact sweeping changes to crypto tax reporting in the United States, saying it will have a profound negative impact on the U.S. crypto space and could force digital innovation to move overseas. I think that's just an assurity. I think for sure, you know, if this does pass. Philippines is going to pass us. You know, a lot of the Asian countries are going to pass us. I mean, we're already seeing it, and it's just going to become worse. It says a last-minute addition to the 1 trillion with the T, that is not a typo, infrastructure deal currently before the United States Senate. And the CEO, like many other opponents of the proposal, faulted the broad language of the bill's wording. The bill needs to extend the definition of the term broker to anyone who facilitates a digital asset transfer. Yeah, we talked about that on the 5 p.m. show. Their language with broker is just so vague. It's almost like the people writing the laws don't know what they're talking about. But you know, you're saying it makes no sense. Smart contracts, for instance, are not companies and cannot be modified to collect, know your customer info, or issue 1099s. They are simply software running on the blockchain that anyone can use. Coinbase CEO stated that policymakers have a responsibility not to hinder innovation in America. And earlier, Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz, you see him at the beginning of the Martini Guy videos, panned politicians and regulators in the U.S. for failing to do their homework on crypto before enacting laws and regulations. Are you feeling good about, you know, Cynthia Lummis? I thought it was Cynthia Loomis, and then I was listening to a podcast, NLG from CoinDesk, pronounced it Cynthia Lummis.
I've always heard Loomis as well, so interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard they came back with a rebuttal to this bill, or kind of reworked it and rewrote it a lot of different ways to define things a lot more clearly and lump basically exchanges into that category, but not everybody who uses, you know, and not everybody who runs a node, not everybody who mines, not everybody who trades crypto won't be lumped into that. But their intention was to put this on exchanges, but the way it was written, it basically applies to anybody that buys or sells anything on the internet anywhere. It's insane.
Could you go to the Verse comment on Twitch saying, yeah, Market Verse right there. Congratulations. DZ and TJ really enjoyed the show today. Whatever Ben pays you is not enough. I don't know why I singled out that comment.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, that was weird. I couldn't see isn't enough. So maybe he said enough, but I was like, you know what? I don't think that's the case. No, I love Ben and TJ. TJ's a fantastic CEO, way better than Brian Armstrong. All right.
Well, hey, and good news for you. We just cracked 6,000 likes, so looks like you get to keep that raise.
All right. Not retroactively taking it from me. So I don't owe you money now?
No, all of a sudden you're back in the green.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good thing it was a Bitcoin transaction. I still have time to cancel it.
Yeah.
All right. Armstrong called on U.S. crypto proponents to get behind the amendments. We mentioned Cynthia Lummis. I'm bearish on Lummis. I'm bullish on Loomis. Ron Wyden.
What about hummus?
Hummus. You know, the thing about hummus, the plain hummus, I'm not, you know, who goes around eating chickpeas like it's cool? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want chickpeas. Said no one ever. But when you get a nice seasoning on there, you know, you get like a little bit of a red bell pepper flavor, a little garlic, Parmesan type thing. Very, very bullish on hummus. What about you?
I'll take bullish. I think they maybe even asked me that I'm bearish or bullish. People are leaning towards health, so it's healthy. It's a good little snack.
It's called hippie food by Twitch. No disagreements there.
Yeah.
But before proposing the amendment, Toomey had earlier called for miners and software developers to be exempted. Yeah, I think adding miners and wallet, you know, people sell wallets, giving them these rules where they have to know your customer and everything. I mean, it just seems a little bit ridiculous. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if we'll talk about it today, this evening, because I know, you know, this amendment is going through, but if something big does happen, I'm sure we'll cover it tomorrow, and maybe we'll go down to a nice little rundown on the 5 p.m. Friday. So, but that is all we have time for today. I just want to give a little outro talk here, you know, saying, basically, I love being a part of this company. You know, I came in to work on a digital trading card game, and things changed very drastically just on my third day here. CEO TJ here's TJ, as we like to call him, has been, you know, nothing but very hospitable. The whole crew here, we all love each other on some level. Maybe not, you know, like on all the levels, but we all love working together. We're all like-minded individuals. We love crypto. We love freedom. It's been a fantastic experience. I mean, if you watch those daily hits, you see the love is tangible in the air. Make sure you check out Hit Network. It's where we put our daily vlogs, where you get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes thing with the BitSquad here, and it's been nothing but a wonderful experience. Ben off camera is the same as on camera. There is no flipping of switches. It's been nothing but a wonderful experience. I moved to this state not knowing a single person. They hooked me up with, like, hey, there's a company house. We'll go ahead, set you up. And it's been nothing but a great experience. Frank and Aaron, and who else did we get? We got Brian, we got Nick. I mean, as long as there's, another thing, well, there's a lot of duplicate names here, but Eron and Aaron, they're different people. Nick and DZ, we're different people. There's multiple Brians. We're gonna get another to Jay though. Don't worry.
Well, the closest we've got a TJ and a BJ, which is pretty close.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, your name's really the same as your father. So
true.
I mean, we kind of do have two of you. So
that is true.
It's been fantastic, and I wouldn't change anything for the world. I packed up and just gave up everything and came down here on a whim, and it's been a fantastic experience. So I got nothing but love for the BitSquad, and honestly, that's all we got time for today. DZ out. Woo-hoo.